So when I was growing up, I was raised in a Pentecostal religion. I remember that clip from Borat. That was my family's religion. Hi, I'm a Libra. Welcome to my channel. Hey, welcome back. I'm a Libra, and today I really wanted to give you guys an opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. I realized that I've never properly introduced myself, so I am going to share my story with you on who is a Libra. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and I pretty much knew from the start that music is my purpose. I don't really remember a time that I didn't sing. It was just always with me. It's always been who I am. I have a wonderful, wonderful family. I'm very lucky. But life was a little tricky. We were at church every Monday evening for prayer service and every Wednesday evening for youth group, and then all day on Sunday. I also went to school at the church from preschool until second grade. And then around third grade, my mom was hit by a drunk driver. It forced her to have to quit her job. So she decided that she wanted to homeschool me and my brother. My mom decided to test me, and I was able to test out of the fourth grade and skip going from third to fifth grade so she could teach the same lesson plan with me and my brother. Me skipping a grade meant that when I started high school, I was 12 years old. That car accident shifted my whole life. I was taught growing up that my entire life purpose is the Lord and is telling people about the Lord. I would be 3 years old and have full-blown adults surrounding me with their hands on me, speaking in tongues. Yes, Jesus. And saying, you need to accept Jesus into your life, otherwise you're going to go to hell. You don't want to go to hell, do you? Your parents are going to be in heaven and they won't remember you, and you're going to be in hell, separated from them.
There's no forgiveness in hell. Whatever goes to hell stays in hell.
I was constantly in fear that anything that I was doing, I was going to hell. The continuous message that the church always taught to us is that life doesn't begin until we die, because once we die, then we're with the Lord forever. So we're all looking forward until death happens.
Truth is, you don't really die. Your physical bodies will cease to exist, but you never cease to exist. You will live eternally.
I remember thinking growing up, if we're all just waiting to die, then what's the point of going to college? What's the point of getting married? What's the point of having any drive or ambition? It was very confusing for me. I had an amazing family home. My mom and my dad were the most present, loving, wonderful parents that I could ever ask for. And really, I know that the entire time my family was always doing what they thought was best. Then when I was around 11 years old, there was a big disagreement with the church, and my parents were on the side that the church was doing something wrong, and the church asked us to leave. And even that, I didn't even fully understand until I was an adult, that they asked us to leave the church. But for me, my entire life, I'm being told everything is about Jesus, everything is about the church, and then bam, all of a sudden, it's abruptly ending. It felt like my family was falling apart. The church had always said that we were a family, brothers and sisters in the eyes of the Lord. And all of a sudden, they didn't want us to be in the family anymore. I felt abandoned. Right around this same time that the church is ending, My mom started feeling like she was ready to go back to work, and my brother and I felt like we were ready to go back to school. So the church has ended. I'm now entering into public school, my freshman year of high school, and I'm 12 years old, completely confused. A lot of trust had been broken for me. My dad was searching at this time, and a few years later, he came out as gay to all of us. The entire family rallied around him and supported him and, said, we love you and we'll always love you and, we want you to be happy. But I think when the church started to really fall apart, it started to tear some seams in my family as well. And my parents' relationship started to really struggle. It was so shattering for me. My parents were my rock and my whole world. Just a few short years earlier, the church had completely crumbled and I lost that family. And now here it felt like my family was crumbling as well. Even through my parents divorcing, they still remained great friends and they kept to their promise about us staying a family. But for me, I just felt really confused and really alone and so unsure of what direction to take. The only thing that I was ever sure of is that I wanted to sing and to write music. I had no idea, being in the middle of Missouri, how to even take that leap into music. I didn't know who I was. I didn't even know what kind of music I liked. I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music growing up. I pretty much could only listen to gospel music, Christian music, and like Mariah Carey. And it just felt like I had no guidance or mentorship to go after what I really wanted. My senior year of high school, this was the year that my parents were divorcing. I really wanted to move to California, but I was 15. My parents were like, hell no, are you going to California at 15 years old? And, they're separating, they're selling the house, trying to figure out where they're gonna live. It just felt like we were all trying our best to live day to day, that planning for the future wasn't even a conversation. It was just get through until tomorrow. I went to a community college per my parents' wishes, but at this time, I felt like I had already aced the, history test. I already passed all the math classes. I already did the science projects. Plus all of the theological studies that I had done. I'd always been this perfect little soldier doing what everybody wanted me to do, but I was never doing what I wanted to do. I was always pleasing other people. So I rebelled. I moved out when I was 17, moved out on my own, and I started drinking very heavily and partying all the time. I would basically work and then either get off work and party or go shopping and spend my money. I was very depressed, and this is the first time that I attempted suicide. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.